Last night I had a super late night. I was out till like 4 in the morning. Like clockwork, everything's a gear and it's turning exactly in place. Turn around and pop up. I damn near did a Chicken Joe if you've ever seen Surf's Up. A 14, 15-year-old like bust out like 180 airs, like just a lot of appreciation. I felt it in my heart. Another day, another day, another day, another day, man. Dude, fucking awesome session, honestly. I'm like, I was shocked. Last night I had a super late night. I was out till like 4 in the morning or something like that, and we had a ceremony and did some family things. It was powerful and it was a long night, and I did a lot of introspection and learned a lot about myself. So today I'm just kind of reacting and reflecting just on life a little bit and appreciating kind of the beauty of the world that we live in, and the fact that people are just amazing. They're beautiful souls. Everybody has their place throughout society, throughout everything. Everybody, it's like clockwork. Everything's a gear and it's turning exactly in place. So today I was honestly a little delirious, just because I woke up at like 9 and I couldn't go back to sleep. So I was like, all right, man, like let me just get up. I went to the store, I grabbed some ingredients so I could make my protein shake here in the morning, and grab some food, you know, like so I'm not gonna be starving and dying of thirst and lack of energy while I'm out in the surf. So I went and handled that business, went to the store, and then cooked some breakfast, got my stuff ready per usual. So I packed up all my stuff and then left for the beach. And I was exhausted, but like I had a cup of coffee, and so I was like, all right, you know, it's good. I'll just make it to the beach. This is the Scholastic Surf Series. We used to compete in those when I was in high school. It's a good wave. Way down there. Yeah. By the time I got to the beach, I was like, man, dude, I don't even know if I can get in the water right now, man. I'm feeling so tired and just exhausted, and like I said, delirious. So I chugged a little bit more coffee, grabbed a little bit more of that shake, and found my stomach was able to let it in. And I was like, you know what? I just locked in and went out there. Even walking out, I was like, man, I got here super late today. It was 12:30 or something like that, which is, I don't like to get out this late ever. 11 is usually the latest I like to be out, which is what a lot of the other videos that I've done here have been. I'll be like, oh, I'm late, but it's around 11. And so I really was not expecting too much from the waves once more. The surf report, when I checked it this morning, was actually like, it was 4 to 6 feet, and it was supposed to be fair to good, which is a good freaking rating overall. Like usually fair is like you can get some good waves in there when it's like 2 to 3, maybe 3 to 4 fair. The ocean is especially beautiful today. But whenever it's good, that means that the waves are holding out a little longer and the swell is shaping up a little bit better than most days, at least. So that gave me excitement, but it said it was only going to be good until like 9 in the morning. So I was like, all right, well, whatever. We'll deal with when we get out there. When I got there, it was pretty slow at first. The tide was getting sucked out. Yeah, there were some little ones here and there, but like they weren't really very catchable. And at that point, I was like, no, man, I'm probably just gonna be here for like 40 minutes, you know, and then get out of here and, you know, call my session, have a day. The water felt amazing. The ocean was incredibly, incredibly beautiful today. Just some of the memories from my evening just were able to get me to slow down and look at things with a little bit different of a perspective. So just walking in the ocean, like it felt healing the second I even stood on the beach and started to walk in the water. And that cold water just hit, it cooled my whole soul down, and it just welcomed me. And so I went out there, you know, I caught something. I was like, you know, all right, it's not too great today, whatever, we'll wait it out. And so I was just being patient, trying to get in the waves when I could, try to get myself aligned in the right position, which I was doing pretty well. At one point, all of a sudden, the waves just pick up super nice. I got barreled like 3 or 4 times today. Like I think I only made it out of one technically, like cleanly, but like it was nice, man. You're good, my bad. Yeah, you're good. At first it looked like it was gonna be like 2 or 3 feet, and then all of a sudden it would jump up, and I'd see some of these kids that were on there, they'd stand up on the wave, and the wave would be taller than them when I'm paddling back out. So I'm like, oh, okay, like these waves actually have some height. 4 to 6 feet was not an inaccurate estimate. When I got there, it was closer to high tide. As I stayed there, the tide sucked out more and more, and with that, the waves gained more shape. So there's like a cool like 30, 40 minute period where it was just banger waves. Like banger waves, like all around. Like I didn't even get into all the ones I would have wanted to, because like positioning was everything to get into a lot of those banger waves. But so fun. Just dropping in, like I get to the other shoulder, and again, I was pretty tired. I was just really trying to hang in there. Like at first I didn't, like I said, I thought I was gonna stay in there super long, but the second I caught like 1 or 2 good ones, I felt all my energy return. And it just goes to show me personally, like what surfing does for my spirit. As a sport, as an outlet, it's something I've said it before, like I look forward to this all week. Like I wish I lived right next to the beach so I could just go surfing every single freaking morning. But it's expensive over there. So help me move over there, huh? I felt supercharged with energy after catching like 1 good wave, and so I start going in. I start really using all my energy, and again I'm low on energy because I was up super late last night, and so I'm using a lot more energy. I'm like, there's one point I'm just having like an asthma attack. Like I have dormant asthma from like they said I outgrew it a long time ago, so I don't really have it anymore. I'll just say it's dormant. I was just sitting there, oh my freaking goodness, like my freaking chest is pumping, man. Oh, like my body was not ready for all this work. As I kept engaging in surfing, like it kept picking up and picking up and picking up my whole body. With like the energy would just rejuvenate itself. I'd get excited from one wave and that would just lead me into the other, or I'd just lay out and wait for like 10 minutes and just like zoom into the water. When I was doing that, when I was laying in the water, like it was actually today specifically, it was messing with my like center of gravity. Like usually like I don't get like any type of like seasick or anything like that, but when I was just floating in the water today, like I was sitting there like, man, dude, like, whew. Like, I don't know where I am. I felt like I was spinning and spinning and spinning and spinning. There was one, honestly, like where I was laying there and I was like, in my mind, I was spinning super hard. And then I look up and I see a wave that's just like perfectly angled right at me. It's breaking right on top of me, but it's perfect. I still have plenty of time to catch it. And so I just pop up real quick. I just turn around and pop up. I damn near did a Chicken Joe, if you've ever seen Surf's Up. I got on there and I was so discombobulated on there. I was like, whoa, but I still somehow made it into the pocket of the wave, caught like extra speed, and it took me kind of far. I was like, yo, I did not expect that much from that wave. Especially, it was like a smaller wave. Like it wasn't one of the bigger ones that was coming through. It was in one of the lull periods. when the big waves were popping off today, they would come consistently. So they would come for like 5, maybe 10 minutes at a time, and then it would just chill. Like it would be 10, 15 minutes of wave on wave on wave on wave, and then another 10, 15 minutes of no waves. Like, or very, very little waves, you know, like that were just barely forming, and the second they broke, they damn near closed out on itself just because the tide was doubling up and kind of forcing the wave to just implode. It was a big waiting game today, for sure. At the same time though, it was much needed. I liked the lulls today because I was tired and I was up late and I was getting tuckered out pretty quick. So I was like, all right, man, thank goodness, like we're here. I get a bunch of time to relax in between, and then I could just peep out the set.
That was like weird feeling of, it's like, what else?
And whenever you're out there, you be seeing these kids, man. I probably said something about this on the last video here, but these kids, bro, are so good at surfing. Like I'm watching these like probably like maybe 14, 15-year-old like bust out like 180 airs like off a wave, like off one of these teensy little waves. I'm like, I don't even understand how we got the speed to do that. But he made it happen, and so these kids, man, they are on another level when it comes to surfing for sure. I gotta respect that. The new generation is gonna be insane when it comes to this sport. I'm looking forward to the next 20 years to see what else develops with surfing and how just the average surfer skill is just gonna keep improving. Especially like you're hearing about all these like surf parks and all these manufactured like pretty good waves, like where you don't have to necessarily wait for nature to do a good job. You can kind of organize it or buy into like a surf park, or go to like one of the places where they have like the trains or whatever, like that just generates the perfect like mile long wave. And so with those, like you just get to practice hitting like the good wave every single time and just getting the repetitions that a lot of OG surfers, I guess. I wouldn't necessarily call myself an OG surfer because there's a lot of people that have many more years than I do. But a lot of them wouldn't necessarily like, they get their reps from learning in all conditions versus some of the newer people are going to be learning in just the best conditions. So there's going to be a little bit of a learning curve there. You're gonna be able to do a lot more shit by doing that. So yeah, man, just a lot of appreciation. I felt it in my heart. A lot of appreciation, a lot of soul, a lot of just happiness just emanating here from me today. Like I'm just so happy to be here. I'm happy to be around. I'm happy to live where I live and be able to experience the things that I'm experiencing and have the opportunities that I have. So just appreciating everything once more, just as it is from a more objective point of view. I'm a happy camper once more. I'm a happy soldier. I don't know, whatever the fuck.
I just got barreled again.
And also because there's that surf competition going for the Scholastic Surf Series. So it's a high school competition. My high school used to compete in that competition back when I was on the surf team in high school. I never really competed because I was just kind of doing it to give myself an excuse to go surfing with the team all the time. And I was just learning how to surf. I think I learned to surf when I was right around 16. So they were doing that series, and it's cool to watch it and see. It kind of sucks that they cut off half of the beach, but at the same time, like, you know, I'm happy that the kids get it. They get to own the beach for the day, and there's all these people out there. It brings so much attention to surfing, and it brings so much positive energy out there. You get out of the ocean and you have a wetsuit and you own it. You always want to rinse it off with fresh water to keep it as fresh as possible, because the salt water, salt gets in there and it's pretty coarse, and it will kind of rub down and deteriorate the suit over a long time if you leave it on there. So you want to rinse it off with some fresh water. Thank you again I really appreciate you stopping by and checking out my video. Plenty more coming down the line. Leave a like, subscribe, you know. If you want to follow me on anything here, you can follow me on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube. Just search up Onani Way. Yeah, I'm Onani Way, and I hope you have the best day. Take care. Bye.